Time for turn 38. One new planet in Mamajek. This one. That one is going to be a mining colony, quite obviously, with 139% mining. Did we already receive migration? Oh, we sure did. Kill 2 million of our own people. And fill the damn thing up with mineral miners. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna need those miners. We're actually dipping a little bit into the negative on minerals now. Okay, this was a scouty drone that was just going to explore the very edges of the system, and afterwards we're going to do what with it? I think I had another drone that was coming down here. Did you have other drones? I believe you just launched one of these combat drones here. Yeah, that's a Nero. Name it such so we can actually see and remember this. Put this on the warp point like I'm pretty sure we talked about. Most small freighter, is this one of his mine layers? In between turns I talked with Mystic a little bit, and I told him that he should probably just colonize all the domed planets that I haven't built any colonies on yet here in this system and in this system that are right next to his systems, just so that we can get them productive sooner. Just because he has the construction capacity, because of his, he's stocked up to 13 shipyards now, and I don't have the construction capacity over here. Okay, he also discovered this new system. Tech level 1 cloaking, yes, the system is new. Binary. Huge, huge, huge. Not a homeworld for anybody though. Okay, he had a few combats. He said that Gurak managed to destroy one or two of his planets that were just settled this turn with a fleet of 4 destroyers, which appears to be this one. A Dacian class. Oh, what's that design? Just the armor outside. Double plasma missiles, level 1s. Those expensive ass level 1 quantums. We lost a colony ship. A drone of his. I think he said this was a drone that had tachyon sensors. Yes, tachyon sensors can see at sight level 8, which are unfortunately going to be able to detect, I believe, cloaking devices up to level 4, which is what we're aiming for. So yeah, he already has the tools out to see what I would be trying to destroy. Oh, he's built a few of these carriers, I see. They're launching the drones. And just some. That's a heavily armed freighter. Yeah, a couple minesweepers, a couple ordnance and supply storage units. And it's armed and even has a little bit of armor. That's kind of a mixed supply ship. I'm just keeping a few drones around. Escort these around. Because if your support ships are armed, you don't necessarily need to escort them with drones anymore, but still. Okay, he caught another destroyer there. Some more scout drones. And he caught another destroyer. Here in Vartoxian. There's those 4 destroyers. We've said two colonies were lost. This appear to be these 2. Is this one? Yeah, this one is protected, so he did not attack it. Must have simulated it and seen that he couldn't take it down, so likely what happened. Talking about colonies, I'm going to uncloak this with X because I know the button is also hidden there somewhere, but I know the shortcut. And then you can colonize this. Actually, you don't need to move there anywhere. And yes, there's nothing here. We found one of Ed's, I believe the Kantara Imperium's cruisers waiting on that warpoint. We just snuck past it, cloaked at the edge of our supply range. We're now going to be able to take control of this large breather. Well, it's going to be a breather once we receive migration and undome it, but still. Snuck past them to colonize the system. Kantara Imperium itself is ice carbon dioxide. This is a carbon dioxide world, although rock, so he would most likely be interested in these. We might have looked at this last turn too, but yeah, he didn't have the other colony text either, at least not that we can tell from the estimates. Okay. What else needs orders? Relaunch all the drones over here. That's good. There was still the matter of these Gulag drones here. I've moved into this system. Okay. Last turn they were in this system still. And if they've already moved partially through this system, they either know this system or had them set to path somewhere else and should be heading for one of the warp points. Let's see. If we look at the movement log, can we see, or can we make an estimate of where they want to go? There's one ship there. There they are. Oh. And they go there. I don't see any reason why they would go this side of the star if they want to go here. But I don't see any reason why they want to go there if they would go to this jump point. So he must have sent them specifically somewhere to the center of the system where he can see all the planets. This is just 4 hexes away as well, so look at it. I'm pretty sure these are D2 drones. I think we saw that last time. He probably has exactly 4 hexes of sensor range. Wait, what? Aren't they missing a sensor? Yeah, D1 drones have a sensor that can see 5 hexes actually. D2? There's just 2 shields. I mean, it might work as a ramming drone, I guess, but it's still odd. So anyway, I need something to intercept that. Because, as of now, I don't. I built some fighters here for that purpose. But they only just finished and will now get launched, and they're a long way out of systems before they can catch up with anything there. Yes, the Zone Collective also talked to me out game about having a ship transfer through, and he was talking about seeing my drone that was going through. I'm going to tell him that this drone was unarmed, there was no danger of collision or anything. What else does he have here? Cargo transport. He doesn't appear to be transporting anything right now. A colony ship, G gas. One of his ships. Is that transport already on the way back? No, it's pointing that way. Go through the replay log again real quick. No, just reached at the edge of its time. So, what's that transport supposed to go and fetch? It's not delivering anything here, unless he messed up his orders. Might be he might be intending to take some of these platforms away. Oh, he has also started building bowman platforms again, which have the missiles and less point defense, or no point defense. After he saw me arrive, he had switched to the Banshee designs, which had heavy point defense. Okay, let's see if he's gonna transport some weapon platforms off or not. These ships are still going to be waiting around. Drone is also going to send me there. That leaves the question of what we are going to do with these drones. I am inclined to leave the smallest drone group here, just to guard that warp point there. Just in case he does come up through the black hole and goes east, I'm going to need to also station something on this warp point here, so he doesn't actually come in. Ideally, I want that to be mines. I believe that Minesweeper is going to still take a few turns to get full though. And then eventually I'll fly down there. I mean, we could just deliver half a load. It's really just meant to deter scouting ships for now, is it? Then we need to rebuild 83 drones, 83 mines on that road. Should have those done in what? X turns? 5 turns. I'm gonna delay all the rest of these research centers even harder, but oh well. I guess we could do it here too. I guess I could just build 83 plus 41 there. No. Oh yeah, we're gonna build all the mines down there just so we can get these research centers done sooner. You are going to no. First of all, you're going to load all mines. Remove that order. Then you're going to fly down there and deploy these, and then you're going to fetch new mines from that place. And you're going to be building 156. Okay. You're also still building facilities. Subject gas, volume 9. You're clearly made for that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you? Oh well. Maybe an 8 would have been enough, I don't know. What are you supposed to colonize? Or are you supposed to colonize something else, perhaps? It would also have been 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The ship was supposed to escort our little attack group there. What else is a homeward building? Happiness troops. Okay, I'm not sure what I wanted to do with this colonizer. I also have an ice colonizer building here. You weren't building any colonizers. You just finished your colonizer. The ice colonizer is supposed to go do this one since it's a breather. And I have this gas. And what? I have 2 gas colonizers. Maybe I overbuilt them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 colonizers. Yeah, I clearly meant for this one to be there. You are going to need to load cargo because that's a hydrogen planet, so you can load all the people you can. Okay. No. First of all, let's decide what to do with this colonizer. Maybe I should just send it down here. Probably a better idea. A gas giant, yes. Okay, let's hit space until we get back there. Go there. Do you have a weapons platform or something you can load? No, you don't. Do we need to build weapon platforms in our home system all that urgently? At this new colony, which we already took care of. Was there anything else in our event log? We got the cultural studies transferred finally. Because we found some radioactive watches. Was it research centers, drones, happiness troops, mines, research centers, space yard. On Canopus, the second one. Drones, mines, facilities. A few of these fighters, happiness drones, research centers, warships, colony ships. Yep. Sire, we made a breakthrough in the tech area cloaking and made more progress than expected. That's very nice. I don't actually know how much more. We go to the accumulated cost, go back to the last turn, see how much you would have been expecting to get, and how much you actually got. You could figure it out, but I don't. But it's probably not all that much. Just a couple hundred, maybe a low 4 digits. Okay, then these drones, we're gonna want these. Well, basically ready to invade him down here. Submarine doesn't see it, of course. Honestly, let's just gather them all on the weapon, on the warp point over here. Are you building anything I can put on that warp point so nothing comes creeping up from the bump house system? Actually, we have a little destroyer here. Didn't realize. Then I don't necessarily need to cover this warp point as urgently. And you can just finish building all your research centers. Of course, we want to colonize these planets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Nice volume 9, please. We don't have that. We'll just leave this basically. Alright. Do it sooner rather than later. So we can at least get the 6 facility slots more with the good mineral value going. It's not like these have ruins or anything I particularly need. Oh, I guess this one is huge and would also have 6 slots and has great radioactives value. This one has great organics value, but you usually drown on organics anyway. You're not an organics race, I guess. Okay, how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and also 9. So build a rock establisher 9. I don't have rock establisher volume 8 on offer. Okay, then both the worthwhile planets in the system we're going to settle soon. The system in between here we haven't grabbed at all. There's a few green planets in here, green atmosphere planets, large, carbon dioxide, medium, medium, small. Now that these are all done building drones, they're gonna finish building research centers, I guess. Oh man. And you're building these Admiral plans, such. Man. Yeah. Any more colonizers? Any more yards? Any more queues? You're still building stuff. I think all the ones that aren't building stuff, and they also don't have yards, are going to continue building drones. Which is also something we need. Building all these Intel facilities, and we still only got that one Intel event once. Could we squeeze in some colonizers? No. You're the only one I could, and I just queued up a fuck ton of mines here. Okay. Let's queue them up afterwards anyway. Okay, what do we have? What do we need? Rock, a gas giant. I think I don't care about optimizing the engine amount all that much here. There's no green atmosphere, so just give me a rock and a gas. Is that a huge? That's a huge. A rock, a gas, and an ice. And another rock. Two rock, a gas, and an ice. And the other ones don't have ruins or anything. Gas, ice, rock, rock. None of them are green, so I can just go with the volume ones for all, so they can transport as much of our population as they can. Although this one is barely above the population minimum to not get penalties from low population. I guess you need 41 mil. So I'm gonna want to grab some from the remaining planets here. Remaining hydrogen planets, that is. Okay, launched one drone. It was the only one you built. But all the other drones in the system are ready for launch. Launch. Unfortunately, with my keyboard layout, I can't actually hit Control and that key, so that is not an option I have. And I actually need to use the context menu for this all the time. And launch. That's going to be a war fleet. Good. Not so busy. Not so building more mines here. We might want a second minesweeper sooner rather than later. Building mines, building research centers. You was the building stuff. Are there any planets that need orders to build stuff? Canopus B2. Yes, yes, yes. The one down here that just finished. Oh no, the one that just finished its emergency build. Or is on the last turn of it. You just finished your shipyard. Now we can decide what to do here. Economically, I would probably just make this a research planet, unless we need the radioactives or the organics really badly. In practice, we are going to need a war base, a beachhead. So I think what I'm going to want here, aside from just more drones, is a resupply depot. You can just build more gargoyles and stuff. Do you have a defense net with the scanner built in? Don't. So build that. It's not gonna finish in the last emergency turn, so it's gonna take forever on slow build. We have a decent bunch of drones here as well. That's the drones that are in this fleet. Last time we simulated how we want to have this fleet go about its business. And I wanted to check, did you fully load up your troops? Yes, you sure did, okay. Then you can just move to where you are currently and wait a turn for your escorts to arrive. What if here, 3 drones. Players, you are one of the escorts group that is managed to arrive. Go there. I believe the other one was it on the home world or where was it? The 6 drones here, they came from the, what is it, former Delphon system up there. They're meant to be like the warship clearing aspect of that. But I had a second drone group. Oh, that's already underway. Okay, okay. Let's also rename this for easier recognition. But what do we have here? 1 drone. Yeah. It's just there to basically mark that I had now the ability to launch all the other drones that finished this turn. I'm gonna put this here just to make sure that none of Gurak's drones creep through his system. So I have this 2 drone group with 2 of these scouty drones that is meant to scout all these systems. You don't need to survey the Majoram system, which is this one. Just go do Phagon, Arnodine. Oh, then you can go to Majoram. I was mistaking Mamajek for Majoram. I see. Okay, you can go here after all. And afterwards, you want this one and this one. Although in a lot of these, there's just a couple hexes at the edges that actually still need exploration. Okay. Also, no point having 2 of these drones together. Ideally, I would put them over a planet, recover one, fly the other one away, launch the other one again. It's a bit micro though. I'll do it once it's in my space. If I think of it. Okay, then no ships need orders anymore. Last time, or was it 2 turns ago by now, we were considering how to bombard the zone planets with the Banshee weapon platforms that have all that PD. We came to the conclusion that it wasn't very easy to overcome that PD even with a moderate drone group. So what I'm going to want to do is get this fun technology, bombardment weapons, and just find some napalm to throw on them. The direct fire weapons, so they cannot be intercepted by point defense, that is. But it also means that our drones or ships are going to need to close in further. I am not actually sure if napalm can be carried by drones or if it has to be specifically launched by ships. That is something we will see next turn once we finish this. There's also the opportunity of getting a few more levels of bombardment weapons and getting the smart anti-cargo weapon, which only shoots specifically at weapon platforms or other units that are on a planet's cargo and don't randomly hit the population and any facilities. And the remainder of our research progress is going to go into cloaking again. Okay, let us see what we can do with our first level of cloak. Let's just take a warship design, look at our cloaking device. They're 40 kilotons, blocks up to side level 5, which I'm pretty sure is the max level basic sensors that we've seen about. No. Gurak has level 4 basic sensors and he can see at a side level of 4, the distance of 5. They also consume supply when activated, that's fine. 40 kilotons is of course relatively big. It's a lot of overhead to put on a small ship like a destroyer or frigate, or hell, even a drone. Can you put them on drone? Replace the vehicles as ship-based satellite drone, yeah. A lot of overhead, but not impossible. Let us consider a scout design with that. Obviously, we can save those 20 kilotons from that stealth armor, and we are going to replace them with a 40 kiloton cloaking device. So what are we going to cut to get the extra 20 kilotons? We could make the ship slower, cut an engine. We could remove the laser, which is always only really meant to enable the ship to take down any targets of opportunity, like transports, colony ships, and the like. And then they both died, both of these scouts that I ever built. Which is fine, they fulfilled their purpose. Why isn't the scanner jammer 10 kilotons? It doesn't need in this. You can go internal as well. Alright. I guess a cloaking device is fine to have on the very front of the ship, because if you get into combat, your cloak has already been broken. Change the design type to recon, I guess. Now we don't need the solar collectors anymore to enable you to fly about at full speed indefinitely. Now we need it to enable you to fly at all and use your cloak. And then I may want to queue up one or two of these. I have a 5 was it. I'm probably only going to actually build these once I get better cloaking levels. Right now we're still relatively low on this. 10,000 RP is 3 turns for me right now. Not if I spend more research points on bombardment weapons in the meantime, but still. A couple turns I get better ones, and I can use some colony and no borders to build something like that. And try to find some hostile systems to put them in. Monitor our opponent's moves. What a good jazz. Okay. Now that our turn is done, we are now in a little bit of a deficit for minerals, but that's fine since we're still full on storage and we are building still more mines. We're still expanding, founding new colonies, building, filling all the plants that we have with more facilities. So I'm not worried about that just yet. We're not going to be able to catch that, and we're going to need to see where it goes. If it goes to the east, we can't really do much of anything against it just yet. We need to wait until this one finishes one of its drones, but it's not going to happen before it arrives here. And if it goes north, we can either intercept it here, or we're going to need to intercept it one of the drone groups that we can launch here. Actually, just build me a drone here real quick. There you go. Actually, we just started construction on this queue this turn, so build a drone immediately and then you can actually build stuff. Take 2 turns to build, a third to launch, a fourth to fly there. That might already be too late. He can fly with, what, 11 moves or something from here, here, and the third turn will already be through. Whereas it would arrive there at the end of the 4th turn. So that's not fast enough, damn it. Huh. You are unarmed, you're just a scout drone. We could split off the combat drones we have in here. Just set these to guard the war point. That's fine. We're gonna find other drones that can escort this drone group. Escort the invasion group. And then we were also planning the other gimmick for our invasions. Wait, no, give me the troop transport design. Let us remove the defenses and chuck in a cloak. That even means we can put in one more cargo bay. What are we gonna do with the remaining 5 kilotons? We don't need the remaining 5 kilotons. Put in some armor, but I do not think that these will be of any importance. Just put in some supply storage, I guess. We're gonna need to have a name for this. What do we call the other ones? Licinius? Let's call this something related. No, if we call it something related and the enemy sees it, they'll already know that it's a troop ship if they had seen the other troop ship design before. So let's call it something else entirely. Call it Pertinax, sure. Pertinax troop design, troop transport design. Okay. No, oh yeah, Pactianos. Maybe I shouldn't call it something with P. There you go. Another name from the list. I hope editing the name after the fact works. Multiplayer can sometimes be a little bit weird about changing existing designs. I prefer to use only the upgrade button in multiplayer and never the edit button, since it can be buggy occasionally. I do want to simulate this. Wait, you can't set ships to cloaked in the simulator. So, okay, I'm not going to open up a separate game to test this out in right now, so I'm going to rely on the word of my ally who's tried this and actually believe him that I can sneakily invade planets like this. Again, it's not something we're planning immediately, it's just something we are planning for the future. For now, I'm going to try regular invasions of his planets, most likely that one. Because it's weakly defended and has that juicy population. Okay. Did we have any diplomacy happen this turn? Message from, I believe we've discussed this in other channels. I went through the list of what technologies he had and what technologies I had, and we came up with some, well, I came up with some technologies that I would be happy to trade for, but we haven't actually made a real trade yet. I believe he said he was going to offer me something though. I believe he wanted small ship hulls 3 because he only has level 2 and was going to give me like supply 2 and or supply 3 and resupply, or cargo and resupply 3, which is really really unimportant technologies, these cargo and storage techs. So I think we're gonna need to wait for a better offer there. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this for this turn, and we are going to see what his offer is next time.